What's happening, people? I'm Restocked Reseller, and are charity shops dead? Are they finished? So before I get into that question, I think that it's important that my answer to that question might not be 100% true for every reseller. Obviously, depending on what you sell, depending where you live, what your charity shops are like, how many charity shops you have, for you, that answer could be yes. Charity shops are finished. Well, for me anyway, the answer to that is no. And I've got, like I say, two pieces of evidence that for me shows that really the charity shops aren't dead. They are a bit more pricey. You do need to be a bit more savvy and, you know, pick stuff up that maybe you only make a few quid on, but it is what it is. That's the reselling gig. And the first piece of evidence for me that shows that charity shops are not dead is all my stock. So I get around about 100% of my stock from charity shops. So right now, listed on my shop is around 500 items. And on top of that, I've got a women's shop that I'm going to be opening up that's going to have 100 plus items. So for me as a full-time reseller, you know, I'm getting, like I say, 100% of my stock from the charity shops. You know, I've got these bins behind me, one full of men's stuff, all these other ones full of women's stuff. I've got this, well, the mannequin, but I've got this wardrobe full of coats and jackets and all sorts. So for me, I mean, I'm getting 100% of my stock from charity shops, and I'm out there every single week. Now, I will admit, you know, and I think that's the case for everyone, when you go into these big city centres, you know, like for instance, I live in Edinburgh, so when you go into Edinburgh, into the city centre, the prices are they're a bit extreme. For a reseller anyway, if you're a customer just going into the charity shop looking to pick stuff up, you're going to pick up a deal. It's always going to be better than paying full whack RRP for it. And if you're into the thrifting and picking up second-hand clothes and getting a second life out of it, which here in Edinburgh we've got a lot of students that are into that sort of stuff, then you're going to pick up a deal. But for me, as a reseller, fair play, it's a bit too much money, there's not enough meat on the bone, so yep, it's too expensive. But if you widen your horizons, you do a bit of research, you get out and about and you check other charity shops, you're definitely going to find deals. And that's the other thing as well, if you're an everything seller or you're a hard goods seller, as I call it, like hard goods, like, you know, die-cast models of Ferraris or tables or whatever else, cameras, so on and so forth, if that's your gig, then I'm kind of with you there. You're not really going to pick that stuff up in the charity shops. But for me, there's a big problem. So as Ricky Resells has been saying in his videos lately about people trolling him and being jealous, for me, I would say 100% as a reseller, I am so jealous of yous lucky folks down in England that have car boot sales. For whatever reason up here in Scotland, there's none. They just don't exist. I mean, I think there's one up in Perth that I know of, and there's maybe one or two in the city centre that, to be honest with you, I don't even think that it's worth the effort going there. And as far as the one at Perth goes, I think that a lot of them are, you know, those sort of commercial ones where they're trying to sell all the bog roll, or it's the butcher packs and stuff like that. So it's not a true car boot sale. And I remember going to one sort of, what do you call it, like a covered market type of car boot sale in Glasgow. I tried bargaining £2 off a dash cam, and it was already like £20. So I was like, you take 20 quid, £18 for it? No. And there was nothing. There was just nothing to buy, to sell. And, you know, as far as down south, when I watched the other resellers picking up all this crazy stuff, like, man, super jealous. But obviously for me, you know, that's where I'm different, because I've just niched down and I'm just selling clothes. And clothes from the charity shops, I get in abundance. You know, it's like every reseller, if you had even more money to spare to buy stuff, you'd be out there buying stuff. And it's the same for me. If I had that extra bit of cash to pick more stuff up, I'd be coming home with more stuff. And again, 100% it all comes from charity shops. And my second piece of evidence to show you that I'm no BSing you is this rucksack full. I went out to one place, there's at least over a half a dozen, 6 or 7, possibly even 8 charity shops there. It's quite decent. And I filled up this whole rucksack for, guess it, £62 I'm sure this cost me, this whole rucksack. I've not been through it yet, but I wanted to show you on camera that I think there is a potential that this bag, fair enough, buy now listings, I might not get that money for it, but I'm sure there's about £500 worth of stuff just in this one rucksack. And it's not just, it is all bread and butter stuff. Like, I mean, I'm no the luxury pickers, you know, I've no got Bath and Oxford and all these places to go, and up by Dolce Gabbana and Louis Vuitton and all that stuff. I mean, a lot of this is sort of like bread and butter stuff, but it's good bread and butter stuff, and that's kind of the important thing for me. Just like most resellers, you know, it has to have at least a good piece of meat on the bone to make it worthwhile. And if you do pick up those items that are like the Gabici polos for me, where you're maybe paying £2 or £3, but then you're only flipping it for maybe 16, you know, 13, 11, £10, it's a couple of quid, but it's a couple of quid in my pocket. And as long as that keeps selling consistently, then that couple of quids in my pocket adds up to a nice chunky change in my pocket. So let's take a wee look through the rucksack and see what I picked up. It has been a wee while since I picked up this rucksack of stuff. It's been a few days, so I actually don't know what's in the bag myself. I know that there's a few decent wee items, but I'm not 100% sure. So first off the bat, we've got a Paul Smith polo shirt. Oh, there you go. Nice wee Paul Smith polo shirt with a wee zebra dude on it. Now that cost me £3. I mean, again, you're not going to get mental money for it. Paul Smith, wee zebra polo shirt, maybe gets listed for £18, something like that. That's a wee bit there's a few brands in here that are a little bit obscure. Maybe some people do know about it, some people don't, so I'll keep that to the side now. These were just a nice pair of Nike shorts. These were £2.50, but they're the vintage Nike courts, so like tennis. That's a bit better, that's the tag there. £2.50, slap another tenner on it and list it for £12.50. It's money's, isn't it? It's money's. What's this one? Aye. These were quite good finds, these. What's this? Jumper, sweatshirt. There you go. Nice Gant sweatshirt. Now this is in really good nick. It was £5. It's an XL. Nice bit of Gant. Again, that's probably going to be about what? Listed for 20, 24 quid maybe. Next up, another jumper. There you go, I thought this was pretty classic. This was £4, size medium, Gap shirt. And it's like the actual Gap writing, like their actual sign for the shop, Gap. No, the sort of atypical one on the sweatshirt. 14 quid, I'll probably again slap another tenner on that. £14. What we got here? T-shirt, it's all crushed. Bugger, man. This was a good pickup. And next to this is what I mean about the charity shops. Next to this t-shirt was a Henry Lloyd polo shirt for £7. Now this t-shirt was £2.99. And it's a nice Paul and Shark. There you go, right now, brand new with tags. RRP, on sale at Flannels. This is an £88 t-shirt. So I'd feel pretty confident in listing this on eBay for 30 quid maybe. Next we have a pair of Timberland trousers, chinos. There you go. But Timberland doesn't sell amazing for me, but they're a good size, 42, 34, and they were only $3.99. Decent. Next we have a pair of Gant chinos. There we go. Sort of size we got on this, 34, 32, atypical sort of Gant chinos. These sell all day long for like 25, 28 quid, fiver. There you go. Proofs in the pudding, £5. And then I think this was the same shop, all this stuff here. And again, another pair of the same Gant chinos for whatever reason. These ones are £4.75. 25, 28 quid. These were a pair of Tommy Hilfiger jeans. The jeans, Tommy Hilfiger jeans, usually sell pretty well. They're a bit different, a bit funky looking with the back pockets and stuff. These were £3. Again, they're probably like 20, 25 quid. And then, again, expanding the horizons because I've not got the opportunities. I've been buying lately Marks and Spencer's new tag stuff, but not everything. So these are RRP £39.50, but most important thing for the summer, linen blend. And these were a fiver. And you can see the old price there, tenner, that nobody wanted to pay, but I came in and took it on the half price. These should sell $39.99, probably get listed again for about £28. Last couple of bits. I thought this was quite nice. So, I don't know if it's newer tag or older tag. Jaeger. That was £3.50, and I think the reason why I picked it up was, I'm pretty sure, it's 100% merino wool. So 100% merino wool Jaeger polo shirt, bit of a smaller size. It was only £3.50. That'll probably get listed for 20 quid. I might be overestimating the £500, but at the time it felt like it was worth 500 quid. This was just a nice Levi's polo top, £2.50. Was there anything spectacular with the material? Just 100% cotton. But it's a nice polo top, £2.50. Again, slap a tenner onto that £2.50, get it listed up for £12.50. That'll be happy days. And then these ones, so I'll start with this. I love picking up linen stuff for in the summer. This is a brand maybe not everyone's heard of. The brand is called Arquette. So I think it's a part of like the H&M mob, maybe. You know how Zara is like Zara, Massimo Dutti, COS. I don't know if the Arquette people are sort of a part of the H&M mob, maybe, I'm not sure. But it's 100% linen shirt, Arquette, good size, £5. That should get listed all day long and hopefully sell all day long for at least 25, 28 quid. This one that may be a bit of an unknown brand, excuse the pun, is a brand called Out or Known. I've never really heard of it. I've sold a few things back in the past and it does sell quite quick. It's a bit of an obscure brand. Nothing really fancy or anything about it. It's £5.50. Does feel a bit linen-y again. And it's just 100% organic cotton and hemp. Unsure about the price for this, but probably about the same price as the Arquette shirt, about £28. And then this was a nice one. I paid £5 for this, and it's a Edwin jeans shirt. It's got the nice embroidered patches on the front, and then a massive hit on the back. And I'm going to say again that's probably about the same, 25 quid, something like that. So I'll get rid of the bag, and we go 25, just say this one, 25, there's 50, there's 75, let's just call these 25, there's 100 quid, definitely over exaggerated on the 500 I think. So there's 100, 120, just price these at 30 each, so that's 180, 20 quid on these, there's 200 quid, just say 230, this one 260, what was this, the Gap, 275, 300, 312, so just say realistically more like 330 quid. So I took my £62, hit the charities, and I go 330 quid's worth of stuff. Maybe the £500 was a bit of an overestimate, but 330 quid out of 60 is still pretty damn good. And again, for in my opinion, are the charity shops dead? For me, 100% no. That's my 2 cents into the matter. Give the video a nice wee thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.